What is up, everyone? Welcome to episode 2 of Select Your Character. This is the brand new segment here on the channel where we do a unedited, raw discussion and look at action figure news and updates from the fighting game world. So this is any IP that is fighting game or fighting game adjacent, and we are focusing on 1/12 scale just because that's what I collect, but we will also be touching on 1/10 scale stuff, 1/18 scale stuff, just anything that is cool and related to fighting game action figures that might not fit into any of the other video formats that we do here on this channel. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Today we're going to be talking about the brand new Jada Toys leaks, which I already did a video on when that stuff came out, but we're just going to look at that a little more in depth today. We have some new information that is sort of pointing us at some new conclusions on those leaks. We're going to be looking at 52 Toys Street Fighter 6 pre-orders that are going to be shipping here very soon, and then we're also going to be touching on the Storm Arena exclusives that were just announced and the sort of chatter about the community that has come out of as a reaction to those. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We have a lot to talk about here today, so let's go ahead and start with Jada Toys and the Jada Toys leaks. So Collectix.com, a Canadian online retailer, seemed to leak some stuff that we have not seen yet out of Jada Toys. This has happened in the past with Jada Toys, an online retailer, usually not in the US, usually like in Asia or some other place. Today it's Canada, but prematurely puts up a post on their, puts up a product on their web shop that gives us some insight into some stuff that is coming up. And this one was really exciting when this was leaked a couple days ago, because you can see here a Jada Toys Street Fighter Alpha Guile and M. Bison 2-pack. Now, there's a lot to unpack here, that being a 2-pack. We have not seen Jada Toys do any 2-pack of their Street Fighter line yet, so that is really cool. And then it being 2 brand new characters from the Alpha line, which is Guile and M. Bison. Now, that would be insane because we have not seen any prototypes. We haven't seen them reveal Alpha versions of those characters at all. So that would be actually insane to see a pre-order for a 2-pack of totally brand new characters to drop out of nowhere, especially for their upcoming Street Fighter Alpha 3 line. But there was a couple weird things about this, right? Like, it says Alpha and not Alpha 3, which I thought was kind of interesting. We get no other information other than they're saying estimated 2026, which, I don't even think the Alpha figures that we've seen, the Ryu, the Charlie, and the Chun-Li are probably not even going to be released until early 2027. So this is just kind of odd. But it is interesting to see that they're doing a 2-pack. That is an exciting thing because that could mean hopefully packed with new accessories, new effect pieces, maybe even some new head sculpts. I would love to see them update some of these older characters, say adding toe articulation. That was a big point of sort of, that was a big thing that people wanted with all of the earlier Jada Toys characters, especially Guile and M. Bison. So seeing some additions like that would be awesome. If they updated the butterfly joints to the new butterfly joint system that we've seen in the last few characters, that would be insane. Now, I'm not expecting them to do that really, but this is just really interesting if this is going to be the Street Fighter 2 versions of these characters, which is just kind of making a little more sense to me since we have those characters. That's not as big of a surprise as being 2 totally new sculpts from new games that we have not seen yet. So I was kind of starting to lean towards this just being listed incorrectly and these being Street Fighter 2-packs, which then over here on the Facebook, and of course this is jumping around, but on the Jada Toys Street Fighter Facebook, if I can get to it here, we did see a post that was posted here about these figures, but it was from a different online retailer. It was a Spanish retailer, so I couldn't tell you where that actually was from. But you will see here that they actually have the same 2-pack listed of Guile and M. Bison, but they actually have it listed as the Street Fighter Ultra 2 versions, which again, since that was kind of seeming to make more sense than them being alpha versions, seeing another website, as here it is right here, so seeing another website list it, even though they have Guile spelled wrong, is seeing another website list this as Street Fighter 2 versions honestly is making more sense to me. So I'm definitely now leaning more towards this 2-pack being of the Street Fighter 2 versions of Guile and Bison. But again, hopefully we get some new, accessories, maybe some diorama pieces, some new effects, some new head sculpts, just to make this really worth it for people that already own these two characters. That would be really, really awesome. But another major leak to come out of this website, they're also showing the alpha characters that we've been waiting for up for pre-order. But the main thing is they revealed a brand new Jada IP, that being Hunter x Hunter for the 1/12 action figure scale, which is really crazy. I'm guessing that this was probably going to be one of their big reveals coming up for Comic-Con this year. That's happening at the end of July. So this is it's kind of sucks that this is maybe spoiling that a little bit, but this one is really hard to sort of not to misunderstand, right? Like it's bold, it's right there. Hunter x Hunter, these two figures that they're pre-ordering here on this website, being Kahlua as one of the main characters of this anime, and they already do own this IP, right? They make like the little metal figs of Hunter x Hunter. They do like some cars, die-cast stuff for Hunter x Hunter. So it really only actually makes perfect sense for them to jump into the 1/12 action figure scale for Hunter x Hunter action figures. Now, the new articulation setup for Jada Toys is definitely more like import style. Go check out the Invincible in-hand reveal video that I did. You can see Toy Migos moving the brand new 2.0 bodies. The new joint systems just look smooth with incredible articulation, and they really look like a more import style high-end figure. So I'm guessing that these are probably going to be a direct competition with the SH Figuarts versions. We've seen them do face in the Invincible line for Kid Omni-Man. They're doing multiple face paints, bunch of hands, tons of accessories. They're doing like 2 different hair pieces for that Kid Omni-Man. So that would really translate super well to this Hunter x Hunter line. And again, for half the price of the SH Figuarts versions of these characters, I think this could be a home run if these figures come out as good as I imagine that they will. Jada Toys is also just really good at doing that more like cartoony sculpt style. I think that Invincible stuff is looking so good and just so great of a representation of the cartoon versions of those characters. I don't see why these Hunter x Hunter characters would be any different. So this is very exciting if you're a Hunter x Hunter fan and an action figure collector, but really cool. Again, they also had 2 characters. I must have passed it already. Oh, yes. So they're also doing the Gon character from Hunter x Hunter. So these are 2 reveals or leaks out of Jada Toys that I'm guessing we will see prototypes at the Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con. But just super exciting news for Jada Toys. There's a bit of a mixed reaction to this. If you look like at a post on Reddit about this leak, some people are saying, well, does Jada Toys really need another IP? They have enough on their plate. The Cyberpunk and the Scooby-Doo stuff seems to continue to be pushed back and pushed back. So do they even have the capacity to take on another IP like Hunter x Hunter, which is a valid question, right? I think it is something to be concerned about. But, if they do, as they've said, start slowing down on their Mega Man IP, if they do slow down on some of their mascot stuff, there's a little bit of that push and pull of, pulling away from some other IPs, Street Fighter being one of those, which is kind of a bummer, and, starting to push other things at a higher pace. So we'll just kind of have to see how this all shakes out, but I think it is exciting news to see this coming out of Jada Toys. Let's go ahead and jump over now to 52 Toys, who is set here to be shipping their Street Fighter 6 1/12 action figures. We just completed payment. I had mine pre-ordered through Bombas Bee. and I just completed payment. They're processing and should be shipping soon. So I'm guessing these should be in hand in about 2, maybe 3 weeks max. Should be here very soon. Can't wait to do reviews of these because these are looking really cool. I was, I've been kind of back and forth on these. Like, they look good and then they look kind of cheap and kind of shiny. But the more I look at them, and they also did this other advertisement where they did like stop motion of like in-game moves, and it just looked so dang good. It made me realize that these really look like the in-game renders, like even more than the Revoltech stuff. Honestly, I think these look better than the Revoltech, and I think they represent the in-game characters like way better. These damn near look, spot on to the in-game CGI renders within the game of Street Fighter 6. So, would I love to see better like plastic, more of a matte finish, more shading? Yes, absolutely. But the engineering on these is looking fantastic. This is going to be a direct competitor for the Revoltech Street Fighter 6 line, and I think they might really be competing with these first two figures. Looking really great. Can't wait to get these in hand just to see how they feel, and then we can really make that judgment once we pose them and get a better in-depth look at them. But again, these are really cool looking figures and should be shipping here very soon if you did pre-order these. We did see the glow-in-the-dark Blanca exclusive for Entertainment Earth out of Jada Toys. That pre-order launched earlier this week. Really cool looking figure. Loving the glow-in-the-dark, but of course the Entertainment Earth tax. They put on an extra $5 for this thing, which kind of sucks. And then they also charge $20 for shipping. The shipping price from Entertainment Earth is just ridiculous. So if you're going to get this figure, if you're interested in this figure, find some other stuff you want to pick up, whether it's other Jada Toys Street Fighter. They have their Cyberpunk line on here. Really any other toy, because if you spend $79 or more, you get free shipping, and it's totally worth it. So you can pick up a few figures, and then the $40 isn't that bad, honestly. You can even double up on this guy and get that shipping for free, which in my opinion is better than buying one and paying $20 for shipping for a total of $60 for just one of these. Instead, pay $80, get two, sell one of them, whatever you got to do. This figure is looking really cool, though. A lot of excitement around this figure. The skin is almost that almost like a slightly translucent glow-in-the-dark plastic, which I think is going to look really cool just in normal form, and awesome glowing as well. Now, Jada Toys did also show us in-hand looks of their Mega Man series. Just really cool looking figures here. I don't own any of their Mega Man stuff, but these are looking like just super accurate to the cartoon and those original designs. The colors really pop. They have nice articulation, and these are coming in at $25. They come with some nice accessories. I love the articulated snake tail on the head here. Even his little projectile snake that he shoots out has articulation through the body. So just really great details. Jada kind of goes above and beyond with those little playability details, and it makes these figures way more fun to mess around with. But you see here just some in-hand posing, looking really good. And again, I don't have any of these Mega Man toys, but these are, kind of giving me the itch. I might have to pick up this Snake Man here. Here, I wanted to take a look at this little snake projectile, and his tail is also articulated there. Super cool. I did end up pre-ordering the Proto Man because this one is just too freaking cool. He comes with that shield accessory. He comes with multiple heads, multiple hands. He has the soft goods sash or scarf that's like wired and superposable. So this guy just looks like a lot of fun. Love his color scheme. Loving how bright these colors and this paint came out. That glossy finish on these characters just works really well to give it that like Mega Man armor look. So yeah, they are killing it with this Mega Man stuff, especially this latest line. Really digging these figures, and I might have to end up picking up more than just this Proto Man. Probably going to grab the Snake Man as well, but the the Gemini Laser Mega Man looks cool too, and it comes with this articulated little penguin as well. So, they didn't have to make the penguin articulated, but they did with multiple points of articulation. So, again, just the playability of these Jada toys is off the charts. Love these figures, and I'm sure these Mega Man figures are going to be killer, so can't wait to get those pre-orders in as well. But let's go ahead and talk about these Storm Arena exclusives. So they announced that coming up at the Hong Kong Comic-Con at the end of this month, they are dropping not one, but two brand new exclusives, one being the Player 2 Dan. They turned these Player 2 exclusives around super quick. These figures just released, the Dan released in like January, early February. So still pretty quick turnaround to get a Player 2, his orange and purple version. But of course, as you see here, what everyone was asking for, what everybody was wanting out of that Player 1 Dan was his more expressive, goofy head sculpts. So this crying one is looking good. This weird, creepy, grinning one isn't my favorite, but at least it's not just like the stoic face. Still, I think this is what we were wanting, especially the crying head for the Player 1. But they're, of course, putting this in the exclusives or the colored variants, which, if you look at any of the comments here, I hate I can't access these events to get the extra head sculpts. Sneaky, sneaky. So the actual expressions that fit Dan's personality come in a variant. Not cool, guys. Of course, they include the face on the second version. Straight disrespectful. They don't care about fans. So a lot of negative reception for these, just because, once again, they're putting essential pieces to these characters behind the more expensive different colored variants, especially one like this that is a Hong Kong exclusive. You're going to have to go through a proxy buyer. This is going to cost you no less than $75. I'm guessing this is going to be $80 plus, depending on where you get it. If you wait till it hits eBay, you're probably paying like over $100 for this thing, possibly up to $150. So just not great if you are the average collector of Storm Arena or a US-based collector. A lot of bad reception from this sort of practice out of Storm Arena. There's a lot of people not happy about this, but the figure's looking cool, and if you can get your hands on it, might as well. Now, of course, we will get more variants of this character, hopefully some US-based ones out of like Image Anime, maybe out of Toyco, maybe out of BBTS, which will include these new head sculpts. So if you just want to play the waiting game, you could get it a little bit cheaper because those exclusives usually go for like $50+. But still, again, kind of putting these essential pieces behind a paywall, which a lot of people aren't too happy about. And then again, you have to worry about like the skin tone. Looks like it might be slightly darker. So will this match your Player 1 version? Their exclusive having all the QC issues is a concern as well. Like majority of their exclusives have had some sort of QC issues, whether it be like weird different tones in the skin colors, paint chipping off of geese. I've seen people like missing like the wrist guards for their gloves. I've seen multiple people getting like 2 left feet and just weird stuff like that you kind of have to be concerned about, especially if you are paying like $100 for this thing and getting it shipped all the way from China. But the Player 2 Nash is looking pretty dang cool. Loving this colorway of the white and navy. Comes with a brand new face sculpt, that yelling face sculpt, and a brand new effect piece, which is this sonic boom effect piece that's looking really, really good. I love this Charlie Nash figure. I'm probably going to pick this one up as well, just because this is a clean colorway, and I do like this effect piece. Now, another weird thing Storm did is when they first announced this, they were including the sonic boom and the large kicking effect piece. So you can even go, the first promo pictures they put up, like this version of this here, included both of those effect pieces. You can go look at my reveal video for these exclusives, and you can see it there in those screenshots. But a couple days later, they decided to remove that. I'm guessing just for cost reasoning, but still, just not... They're not making fans happy with a lot of these little things that they've been doing. So if you are wanting to get these will be available soon, or you can just kind of wait it out until the other variants come out, until a US-based variant comes out where you can get this for much cheaper than the $80+ you're gonna have to pay to get this from Hong Kong. We did see just yesterday they posted a brand new preview from the Storm Collectibles line, the Final Fight Hager figure. I played a lot of Final Fight as a kid, but I, for some reason, I'm not as attached to these characters as I am the Street Fighter stuff, so I will not be picking this figure up. And I just also honestly think he doesn't look too good. There's something about that face sculpt that is just kind of off. You know, if you are a big Final Fight fan, then I'm sure this is probably a must-have for you. I'm sure it's going to come with some great accessory loadouts and all of that, you know. But yeah, this is going to be probably dropping for pre-order Friday, May 22nd, which is probably when this video is going to drop. So if this video is dropped, I imagine that this pre-order is probably already available through Big Bad Toy Store or wherever you like to pre-order these figures. But yeah, so nice to see some stuff coming out of Storm since they had been kind of quiet for the past month or so. But again, people are not too happy about the way they're rolling out these exclusives, putting essential pieces behind additional purchases. So, you know, Storm does seem to listen to fans when it comes to sculpts and adjusting things. So maybe we see them adjust that here in the near future, where they might stop doing this sort of release strategy that is upsetting collectors and fans. But, you know, I do believe this is also just another way for them to get more money out of the molds of these characters. Because, you know, these are fantastic molds, tons of paint, you know, really high-end figures for the $30 price point that they sell originally. So I'm almost guessing they have to make up that money somewhere else. And that's why they're putting some of these essential pieces behind the exclusives, just to get more buyers interested in grabbing these. But anyways, guys, that covers everything that we have for the news over the past week. A lot of stuff here to digest. Let me know in the comments below if you like this kind of video, if you enjoy this kind of content, and we will continue making this for the Select Your Character news segment. I do enjoy doing like deeper dives into this stuff. It's just nice to talk about stuff that I might not have made a full video for, and just doing this also live and more raw. But hopefully you guys did enjoy episode 2 of Select Your Character. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed the time here today. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us, and we will see you in the next one, episode 3. We should see, again, I said these were going to drop bi-weekly. This one is coming a week after episode 1. You can go back and check out episode 1 that dropped last week. But there was just so much to talk about. I was like, you know what? We got to drop episode 2 a week later. So we will just kind of play it by ear as things come. But I would expect these to come, you know, every other week instead of weekly. But again, guys, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.